Imagine this. You wake up one morning, just like any other. But this time, you can't sit up. Your legs feel like sandbags. You try to swing them over the side of the bed, but they don't respond. You're not in pain exactly, but something's missing. Something that used to be there. Your strength. And here's the truth. That moment is closer than most people realize. By the time we turn 70, most of us have lost up to 30% of our muscle mass. And the scariest part? We don't even notice it until it takes something away. We blame our balance. We blame the stairs. We blame just getting old. But what's really happening is deeper. It's called sarcopenia, age-related muscle loss. And while it sounds like a medical term tucked away in some textbook, the truth is, it's happening to millions of older adults right now, and it's costing them their independence. Not being able to carry groceries, not having the strength to rise from a chair without help, not feeling confident enough to take a walk alone. And yet, it's preventable. In fact, scientists from Harvard and McMaster have discovered that certain everyday foods, yes, foods you've likely seen at the store, can actually slow down and even reverse muscle loss in seniors. And the most surprising part? One of those foods, perhaps the most important one, is often missing from the diets of older adults. Not because it's expensive, not because it's hard to find, but because nobody told them how vital it is. So today, I want to do what many doctors overlook. I want to show you how this one missing food might be silently causing your body to weaken, and how bringing it back, intentionally, consistently, can help you walk with more stability, sleep more soundly, and even feel younger inside your own skin. This isn't about pills, no prescriptions needed, just small changes with big results. And the first food on our list, it's affordable, easy to find, and if eaten right, might just be the first step toward rebuilding strength you thought was gone for good. And here's the twist. Most people who eat this food every week are still not getting the full benefit. The reason why might surprise you. If you've ever felt your legs getting weaker, your balance fading, or your strength slipping away, this video might be the quiet turning point you didn't know you needed. Stick with me, because one plate, one habit, can change everything. I remember a man named Tom who came to my office last winter. He was 79 years old, lived alone, and had always been independent. But lately, something had changed. He told me he had fallen, not once, but 3 times in 2 months. Nothing broke, thankfully, but his confidence was shattered. I don't trust my legs anymore, he said, and I'm starting to feel like I'm not myself. He wasn't weak in spirit, but physically his body was no longer keeping up. Simple things were becoming harder. Climbing steps, rising from a chair, opening a heavy door. He had assumed it was just aging. But when we looked closely, his weight hadn't changed. His medications were the same, and his lab work showed no new problems. What we did find, though, was that his muscle mass had dropped significantly. More importantly, he was missing one key element in his diet. A food that helps trigger muscle protein synthesis, the process that allows your body to build and repair muscle tissue. And without that trigger, even eating well and walking daily wasn't enough. It's like trying to grow a garden without sunlight. Tom had unknowingly cut that food out years ago. He thought it was too rich, too fatty, something he didn't really need anymore. But when we reintroduced it, gently, intentionally, something amazing happened. Within 6 weeks, he was getting up easier. He told me he had started walking down to his mailbox again. He even smiled when he said, "Doctor, I caught myself walking up the stairs without thinking." The strength had returned gradually, but noticeably. And more than that, so did the part of him that felt in control. It wasn't a miracle. It wasn't fast. It was food, used wisely. And what made the difference wasn't just what he ate, but when he ate it, and how often. That's what we're going to talk about next. Because the science behind this one missing food is more surprising than most people expect. And chances are, you've been eating it the wrong way too. Let's take a moment to understand what's really happening inside the body when we begin to lose muscle. Most people think muscle loss is just a normal part of aging. And yes, it does happen naturally. But the truth is, it's not inevitable, and much of it can be prevented. The condition is called sarcopenia. It starts quietly, usually in your 40s or 50s, and accelerates with age. By the time we're in our 70s or 80s, the loss can be dramatic. But why does it happen? One reason is that as we age, our muscle protein synthesis, the body's ability to rebuild and repair muscle, begins to slow down. This is natural, but without the right signals, your body simply stops asking for more muscle, and what isn't maintained begins to fade. This process is made worse by a few common issues. First, low physical activity. Muscles thrive on movement. Without regular resistance or challenge, even simple body weight movements, muscle fibers begin to shrink. Second, hormonal changes. After 60, both men and women experience lower levels of hormones that support muscle strength, especially testosterone, growth hormone, and estrogen. Third, and most often overlooked, nutritional gaps. Even people who eat well may not be getting the right combination of nutrients at the right time. One of the biggest mistakes I see is skipping high-quality protein, especially in the first half of the day. Why does this matter? Because your muscles are more receptive to growth signals in the morning and early afternoon. If you eat a carb-heavy breakfast and wait until dinner to have your only protein, you've missed the most powerful window for muscle repair. Another common gap is missing the key amino acids like leucine, found in foods like eggs, yogurt, and lean meats. Without these, muscle protein synthesis stalls. And finally, inflammation. Chronic low-grade inflammation caused by stress, processed foods, poor sleep can interfere with how your muscles grow and recover. So what can we do? The solution isn't complicated. In fact, it's quite elegant. You give your body the signal to grow muscle through movement and food, and then you support that process with specific nutrients that reduce inflammation, repair fibers, and trigger protein synthesis. And what's the most powerful way to start that chain reaction? It's with one food that carries the amino acid, the digestibility, and the hormonal support your muscles are quietly begging for. You might already have it in your fridge, but if you're eating it the wrong way or too late in the day, you're losing the chance to rebuild what you've worked hard to preserve. In the next section, I'll walk you through exactly what that food is and how to eat it for maximum strength, not just calories. Let's talk about the food that made the difference for Tom and could do the same for you. It's not fancy, it's not expensive, it's an ordinary food with extraordinary power. Eggs. For years, eggs were misunderstood. People worried about cholesterol or fat, but research now shows that moderate egg consumption, especially whole eggs, can support muscle strength, brain function, and even hormonal health. What makes eggs so special? It's their unique combination of high-quality protein and essential amino acids, especially leucine. Leucine plays a critical role in triggering muscle protein synthesis, and eggs deliver it in a highly absorbable form. But that's not all. Eggs are also rich in vitamin D, which supports calcium absorption and bone strength. They contain choline, which helps regulate nerve signals, and vitamin B12, which helps prevent fatigue and supports red blood cell production. The catch: many people eat eggs the wrong way. They skip the yolk where most of the nutrients live, or they overcook their eggs, destroying the delicate proteins and vitamins they need most. So what's the right way? I recommend having one whole egg in the morning, boiled, poached, or lightly scrambled. Pair it with fiber, like whole grain toast or some sautéed spinach for added minerals. If you can, choose pasture-raised or organic eggs. These often contain higher levels of omega-3s and vitamin D. When buying eggs, look for clean, uncracked shells, a stamped date, ideally 2 to 3 weeks out. Eggs stored cold, not on the open shelf. Once home, store your eggs in the coldest part of the fridge, not on the door, to avoid temperature swings. Use them within 3 to 4 weeks for best freshness. Now here's something you might not expect. Don't throw away the eggshells. They're rich in calcium. You can dry them, crush them, and sprinkle them in your garden. They feed the soil and reduce food waste. That's one small way to care for your body and the earth at the same time. So yes, eggs aren't just breakfast. They're a signal to your muscles that it's time to rebuild, time to repair, time to get strong again. And in the next section, we'll talk about a mistake most people make with eggs, one that could be canceling out all their benefits without even realizing it. Now you might be thinking, I already eat eggs. Why am I still losing muscle? That's a good question. because how you eat eggs matters just as much as if you eat them. One of the biggest mistakes I see is timing. Many people have their first egg late in the day, at lunch or even dinner. But your muscles are more receptive to protein in the morning and early afternoon. That's when muscle-building hormones are naturally more active. If you wait until evening to give your body the protein it needs, you miss the most important opportunity to repair muscle from the previous day. So I always recommend eating eggs or any high-quality protein in the morning. Even one egg at breakfast can make a difference over time. Another mistake is overcooking. Boiling eggs too long or frying them in high heat with processed oils can damage the delicate proteins and reduce vitamin availability. The best methods are simple: soft boiling, poaching, or light scrambling on low heat. Now let's talk about what you eat with your eggs. A lot of people pair eggs with white toast, bacon, or sugary coffee. That combination spikes blood sugar, causes inflammation, and can cancel out the benefits you're hoping to get. Instead, pair your egg with something that complements it. Fiber-rich vegetables like spinach or kale, healthy fats like avocado, and complex carbs like whole grain toast. And don't skip the yolk. That's where the vitamin D, choline, and omega-3s live. Throwing it away is like tossing the best part of the food you worked hard to prepare. And finally, don't eat eggs only once a week. Your body needs consistency, not occasional healthy meals. Make eggs a habit, not a rare event, because the more consistent your body's signals, the stronger the results will be. In the next part, we'll look at the second food that works alongside eggs to protect your muscles, especially during times of stress, inflammation, or poor sleep. The second food I want to share with you today is one you've likely eaten hundreds of times. It's sweet, soft, and easy to digest. But beneath its simple appearance, it offers a powerful blend of nutrients for seniors, especially those dealing with muscle fatigue, poor sleep, or hormone imbalance. I'm talking about bananas. Bananas are rich in potassium, which plays a key role in muscle contraction, fluid balance, and nerve function. They also contain magnesium and vitamin B6, both of which help calm the nervous system and support more restful sleep. One medium banana also contains tryptophan, a compound that your body uses to make serotonin and melatonin, which help regulate mood and the sleep-wake cycle. And because bananas are easy to chew, portable, and naturally sweet, they're an excellent snack for older adults, especially in the late afternoon or after light exercise. But not all bananas are the same. For the highest nutritional benefit, choose ripe bananas with light brown speckles on the peel. That's when the starches have converted to sugars and the absorption of nutrients is most efficient. If they're still green, leave them at room temperature for a few days to ripen naturally. Avoid refrigerating unripe bananas; it stops the ripening process. Overripe bananas, don't toss them out. Slice and freeze them for smoothies, oatmeal, or homemade banana pancakes. When shopping, look for bananas from Ecuador, the Philippines, or Vietnam, regions known for flavorful, creamy texture and natural ripening. And here's something most people don't realize. Banana peels can be reused too. You can chop them and bury them in the soil to feed your plants. You can rub the inside of the peel on indoor plant leaves to remove dust and restore shine. Some gardeners even use boiled banana peel water as a natural fertilizer. If you wear leather shoes or belts, try polishing them with the inside of a banana peel. It's a trick from my grandmother that still works today. So yes, bananas do more than fuel your body. They help support your nervous system, improve sleep, and gently assist your muscles in recovering overnight. And in the next part, we'll explore how to combine bananas with another overlooked ingredient to build a calming evening routine that supports strength while you sleep. Let's complete our trio of gentle, powerful foods with something warm, calming, and deeply nourishing. I'm talking about oats. Oats are more than just breakfast food. For older adults, they're a smart addition to any evening routine. Why? Because they offer a unique combination of fiber, magnesium, and tryptophan, nutrients that support digestion, relaxation, and muscle repair. Let's break that down. First, magnesium. Oats are naturally rich in this mineral, which helps relax muscles, reduce nighttime cramps, and calm the nervous system before bed. Second, fiber, specifically beta-glucan. It slows digestion and keeps blood sugar stable through the night, helping prevent energy crashes that interrupt sleep. And third, tryptophan. When combined with healthy carbs like oats, tryptophan more easily crosses into the brain and supports the production of serotonin and melatonin, both critical for deep, restorative sleep. Now, not all oats are the same. For the best results, choose steel-cut oats or old-fashioned rolled oats. These are minimally processed, retain more nutrients, and digest slowly. Avoid instant oatmeal packets. They're often loaded with sugar and artificial flavors. When shopping, look for oats grown in Canada, Finland, or the northern US, where the cooler climate supports higher fiber content and better natural taste. Store oats in a cool, dry place, in an airtight jar or resealable bag to prevent moisture and insects. And here's something thoughtful you can do. If your oats come in a craft paper tube or paper bag, don't throw it away. Use it to store dried herbs, repurpose it as a seedling pot, or even cut and reuse it as compost-safe food liners. As for preparation, keep it simple. Cook oats with water or milk of your choice. Top with sliced bananas, a few crushed walnuts, or a spoon of almond butter. For sweetness, try cinnamon or a drizzle of honey instead of sugar. This combination becomes a nighttime ritual that not only nourishes your muscles, but signals your body that it's safe to relax, heal, and rest. And coming up next, we'll bring all of these pieces together and show you how to turn them into a simple, powerful nightly habit that helps you wake up stronger than the day before. So here we are, 3 simple foods, each with their own quiet strength. Eggs, bananas, and oats. They don't shout, they don't promise miracles. They simply support you gently from the inside out. And maybe that's what we need more of as we age. Not louder solutions, but quieter kindness. You see, aging doesn't mean you're fading. It means your body is asking for something different now. Something softer, something steadier, something that honors how far you've come. These aren't just nutritional tips, they're daily acts of care. When you eat an egg in the morning, when you slice a banana in the afternoon, when you stir oats at night, you're not just feeding your body, you're telling yourself, I still matter, I'm still here, and I still deserve to feel strong. And if no one said this to you lately, let me be the one to say it. You've made it through so much. You carry more wisdom than the world often gives you credit for. And this body of yours, even if it aches, even if it slows down, still deserves love, still deserves strength. So try this. Pick one food, pick one habit, start tonight. And as your body begins to respond, maybe slowly, maybe subtly, know that you're not doing this alone. Because here at Wise Living, we're walking this journey with you. One day, one plate, one gentle step at a time. If this video felt like someone speaking gently to your heart, that's because it was meant to. Not to fix everything in one day, not to tell you what to do, but to remind you that small things still matter. A bowl of oats, a ripe banana, one quiet moment where you choose yourself. Just a little. Here at Wise Living, we're not trying to go viral. We're trying to go with you. And if you felt seen, heard, or comforted in any way, you're always welcome to return, to watch the next one, to share it with a friend, to save it for a night when you forget how strong you are. Because sometimes, all we need is a soft voice and a simple idea, to remember that we're not alone. Take care, stay kind to your body, and never forget.